still got to get ready for Duke.
Were you surprised at all?
I think everybody was surprised. I think everybody was in a state of shock, actually, and it is what it is. It's just a disappointing feeling, but we got to move forward.
You think guys are committed to sticking together no matter what, Steven?
So what?
You think guys are still committed to sticking together?
Of course, it's, we're here for the family, and we're faced with a lot of adversity here at this university. And, something that was done a couple years ago affects us right now, but that's what we got to do. We got to step up and stay focused on the task at hand and stay together.
You think about the 110 guys in the room. The overwhelming majority of you have never been accused of it, never mentioned anything. Does that just make us feel worse that you didn't do this and you're the one not going through it?
I think it'll make us stronger as individuals, and it builds character. And at the end of the day, it's something that you have to deal with, whether you're a part of it or not.
How much?
Without the guys in this locker room, everybody will fall apart. And Coach Gordon's doing a great job of keeping us all together. And my job as a leader is to keep everybody together.
How much motivation is there that if you still beat Duke, you still have a share of that coastal, you still kind of accomplish a goal that we set out to accomplish?
A lot of people doubt it, and it feels great for this team. It feels great for this university to do something like that, to win the coastal and win our division and win what we wanted to win since the summer. So I think that's our focus, and that's what's really driving us.
So what was at stake? Is that?
Definitely, it's just one of our biggest games, and even though we can't go anywhere after this, it is what it is, and it's still the pride thing to win this game.
But what was at stake? Does it make it sting that much more?
Definitely, it's disappointing, but like I said, you move forward and take on Duke with all our focus and might.
Steven, you guys say anything to the senior class? I mean, those guys, I'm sure they, obviously were disappointed. Mike James is a good friend of yours, I know.
Yeah, it's rough, and it's definitely hard for the seniors who their last game will be this week, and we thought different. But at the end of the day, seniors understand how this world works, and seniors understand sometimes life isn't fair all the time. And, they've done a great job of leading, and I feel extremely sorry for the guys who are on this team who are seniors, and my heart goes out to them. But I'm gonna do everything in my focus to make sure that I'm ready for this game. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that the seniors go out the right way.
How did they respond out there on the field? Were you watching to see how they reacted?
Definitely. I was watching how Mike did, and Mike almost took off my hand one time when I gave him the ball. He ran it so hard. So that just shows a lot about Mike and his character, his personality on this team. And he's done a great job throughout this whole year, just leading us throughout adversity. And I'm sure he's going to do the same.
Steve, what did you learn from last year? You went, when you went through this last year, and then you went and you lost to Boston College. I was just talking to John about that. He said you guys are determined not to let that happen again. What could you do differently from last year?
I'll just learn from the mistakes last year. Learn from how the bowl ban kind of put everybody into a slump, and we got to make sure that doesn't happen again this year. We got to make sure that we'll be okay. And it's my job, and the rest of the job is the leaders on this team to make sure that this team will be ready.
You talk about Coach keeping guys together. What has he said or done that's really kind of stood out to you in terms of maybe a message he's giving you guys?
Nothing really. We like to keep that in the locker room, but at the end of the day, Coach Golden is just always going to be the same guy. He's been through so much here as this head coach. And, when adversity strikes, we all look towards him. And, he's a great leader, and he just helps us and motivates us to have a great practice and to be locker room leaders and to make sure that everybody's going to stay on the same page.
Hey, Steven, they waited until the last game of the season last year to announce this, the last game this year to announce this. Do you kind of hope that there's anything in 2013 which there's a possibility you guys could again have to sort of deal with another bowl sanction? Do you hope they kind of get it out of the way early to give you guys a chance, guys who may want to leave school or go somewhere else?
That's something that has to be dealt with the athletics department, and my sole focus is for the next week is to stay focused on Duke, and for the upcoming season is to get my team ready. And what happens with the NCAA happens, and we can't control that. So I'm not worried about it. I know the team isn't worried about it. We just got to move on.
What about Duke? What kind of challenge do they present for you guys?
They're a great team. Physical. They're a great team. They're physical. They run a lot of exotic coverages. Same thing with Virginia Tech and how they run their defense. So, they've been around for a little minute. They surprise a lot of people. So I know they're going to put up some points. I know that we got to put up some points. So it should be a great game.
Steven, were you guys in any way expecting this, or was it just a surprise when you got out this morning?
I kind of found out this morning. I think everyone was a little bit of shock. It was kind of a touchy moment, really, for a lot of guys in the room, especially for the seniors. But we just got to move forward.
Even though you knew it might be coming, still, right? You never want to think it.
Even though you have a feeling something could happen, doesn't hit you until it actually hits you. So,
Were there tears? There were, weren't there?
some guys in the locker room were just sad and disappointed, but I didn't see any tears. So no tears.
With the bowl games and whatnot and ongoing investigation, what do you say to guys that are considering leaving the school?
I don't think anyone's going to be leaving. I don't think we have to worry about that. We understand how special we could be in the upcoming years.
About recruiting,
One more question for Steven.
For the future, you'll be here, but guys that are considering the school and recruiting.
For those guys who are considering the school, it's a great place to be. Obviously, we play a lot of guys on defense and we play a lot of guys on offense, so they have a chance to get on the field, and I don't think it should be much of a problem.
Thanks, Steven.